In the heart of New York City, gentrification has long been a topic of heated debate. Neighborhoods once defined by cultural history and affordability have seen an influx of luxury developments, pricing out longtime residents. Progressive activists have often spoken against these changes, rallying communities to push back against what they see as the erasure of working-class neighborhoods. Recently, a group of activists released a campaign video supporting City Council member Christopher Mart in his efforts to resist corporate-backed developments like One Manhattan Square. Their message was clear: gentrification is displacing New Yorkers. But what was meant to be a rallying cry for affordability quickly became a viral controversy. Viewers noticed one activist wearing a $1,150 Balenciaga sweatshirt, an item more associated with high fashion than grassroots activism. Social media erupted. Critics pointed out the irony of opposing gentrification while dressed in luxury fashion, accusing the group of being out of touch. The backlash spread rapidly, calling into question the authenticity of their message and whether activism itself had become a performance.
Luxury condos, luxury condos, luxury condos, just luxury condos. We need many more luxury towers like this one so that eventually it will lower the cost of housing. One day, all of us will be able to live in luxury condos. You have to let your landlord evict you so he can tear down your building and build a luxury high-rise and increase housing supply.
YIMBYs are gentrifiers. If you don't want to be a gentrifier, here's someone you should support.
Chris Marte, the leading anti-displacement city council member who successfully stopped luxury towers. Developers and YIMBYs hate him, people love him.
New Yorkers, help Chris Marte win big in this upcoming election and say no to the agenda of big real estate.
Don't be a YIMBY, vote Chris Marte.
In Rotterdam, New York, local elections often play out quietly. But one incident changed that when Joe Mastroianni, a former town board member, was caught on a Ring doorbell camera engaging in an act that would make headlines. Mastroianni had served in local government, a familiar name in town politics, but during an election season he was seen on footage walking up to a home, taking a campaign mailer from a political opponent, and leaving. The act, seemingly minor, carried heavy implications. It was tampering with election materials. The video went viral, and public outrage grew. Originally charged with misdemeanor petit larceny, Mastroianni later pleaded guilty to disorderly conduct, avoiding a harsher sentence but facing a fine. The incident raised questions about ethics in politics, even at the local level, and left voters wondering how far candidates would go to control their image.
I'm hesitating saying what I was going to say. She doesn't like me telling people, but... Bad.
Approve. I love it.
Gaza has long been a region marked by conflict, with its residents bearing the brunt of prolonged warfare and political strife. In recent weeks, tensions had escalated further, with Israeli airstrikes and Hamas counterattacks leaving civilians in an increasingly dire situation. For years, protests in the region have largely been directed at Israel, with Hamas maintaining a firm grip on power. But something unusual happened. Hundreds of Palestinians in northern Gaza took to the streets, not against external forces, but against Hamas itself. In Beit Lahia and Jabalia, protesters held signs reading "Stop the War" and chanted "Hamas out." They voiced frustrations that the ongoing violence had left them trapped, with no future in sight. This kind of public dissent is rare, given Hamas's strict rule over the region. Footage of the protests spread across social media, shocking many who had never seen such a direct challenge to the governing force within Gaza. It was a moment that highlighted the deep exhaustion of a people caught in endless conflict. Donald Trump Jr. has long been a figure in the political spotlight, often making appearances on conservative media and engaging with his followers online. His live-streamed videos have become a regular part of his public presence, where he discusses politics, culture, and his personal life. But during a recent live stream, it wasn't his words that grabbed attention. It was what was sitting behind him. Eagle-eyed viewers noticed a framed photo in the background. It was an old picture of Trump Jr. and Kimberly Guilfoyle, his ex-fiancée, from their 2021 anniversary celebration. The detail wouldn't have been noteworthy, except for the fact that Trump Jr. had ended his engagement with Guilfoyle in December 2024 and had since moved on with a new partner, Bettina Anderson. Online reactions ranged from amusement to speculation. Was it an oversight? A sign of lingering sentiment? Supporters shrugged off the scrutiny, saying personal memories don't disappear overnight. But the internet took notice, proving that in the digital age, no detail, no matter how small, goes unnoticed. Politics and digital culture have long been intertwined, but few have embraced the power of memes, quite like Donald Trump. From the early days of his presidency to his current administration, Trump has used internet culture to rally his base. Recently, his campaign took a new approach, using AI-generated memes to push his immigration policies. One such image depicted an undocumented immigrant being arrested by ICE, a dramatic, stylized visual meant to emphasize his administration's stance. The meme quickly spread across right-wing social media, shared widely by supporters. But it also drew backlash, with critics arguing that it trivialized a serious issue, turning human struggles into digital propaganda. Yet for Trump, it was just another tool in a strategy that had proven successful before. In an era where politics is often shaped by the internet, memes have become more than just jokes. They are a means of influence, capable of shaping opinions in ways traditional media cannot.